Hey everyone, let's talk about something I bet a lot of you are feeling right now. A kind of skill paranoia. You know that feeling, right? Where what you learned yesterday already feels obsolete today. Well, we're going to tackle that head on. We're diving into the huge shifts AI is causing in the job market, and more importantly, we're going to lay out a clear roadmap to get you from that fear to feeling empowered. And this is all built on the really sharp insights of entrepreneur Vaibhav Sisinty.
Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. To really get a handle on how urgent this is, Sisinty starts with a pretty intense warning. He says the next 3 to 4 years are going to be a massacre for a lot of traditional jobs. Basically, a really painful transition period, before new kinds of roles can even start to pop up.
And look, this isn't some far-off prediction. The numbers are already telling the story. Take India, right? It's a huge hub for tech talent. Normally, engineering placement rates are around 10%. Well, they've already fallen to just 6%. I mean, the ground is literally shifting under our feet as we speak.
So, okay, let's lean into that anxiety for a second. What does this so-called massacre actually look like? And, who's really in the line of fire here?
Think about it. A massive chunk of the global IT industry was built on outsourcing coding jobs. Well, that's being completely upended. AI agents can now churn out code that's just as good, if not better, than a mid-level engineer. And the speed, it's not even a fair fight. We're talking 100 times faster. There's just no way a human can keep up with that.
This changes everything. The whole game is flipped on its head. For years, we thought the most valuable skill was learning Python or JavaScript. Nope. The new programming language is just English. Seriously. How well you can explain what you want to an AI, that's the skill that's going to matter most.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. Sisinty gives a crazy example from his own company. Get this, his pre-sales team, it went from 40 people down to 0, completely replaced by an AI agent that just calls leads all day. And his engineering team slashed from 15 people to just 5. And the wildest part? They're actually shipping more products now than they were before. It's a perfect snapshot of how dramatically team structures are about to change.
All right, that was the scary part. I get it. But here's the thing about massive disruptions. They always create massive opportunities. And this one is giving birth to a totally new kind of role, a new kind of professional.
For decades, the advice was always the same. Specialize, go deep, become the expert in one tiny thing. Well, that era, it's over. The future belongs to someone called the AI Generalist. This is a person who's super adaptable and can wield AI like a Swiss Army knife to solve all kinds of problems, no matter the department.
So what is an AI generalist, really? Think of them like a master problem solver, a conductor of an orchestra. They don't have to be the best violinist or the best trumpet player, so not the expert coder or marketer, but they're an absolute pro at using AI to get the best performance out of all of them.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. AI generalist sounds great, but how do I actually become one? It sounds kind of overwhelming, right? Well, that's why Sisinty lays out a super clear step-by-step 5-level roadmap to get you there. So here it is, the whole journey laid out, from level 0 all the way to level 5. And yeah, you probably noticed we skip level 2. That's intentional. Sisinty kind of bundles the foundational stuff together to focus on the big, key milestones. So let's break down what you actually need to do at each of these stages.
All right, level 0. This is maybe the easiest, but honestly the most crucial step. Just play. Seriously, open up ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and just mess around. The goal isn't to be an expert yet. It's about building a gut feeling for what these things are good at, where they completely fall flat, and kinda how they think.
Okay, next up, level 1. This is where you go a little deeper. You start to peek under the hood a little, learn the basics of how these large language models actually work. And this is where you really master prompt engineering, which is just a fancy way of saying the art of talking to an AI. It's the difference between getting a generic, useless answer and getting exactly what you need, because you've learned how to give it the right context and a clear goal.
Now we're at level 3, and this is where it gets really fun. You move beyond just text. We're talking about diving into diffusion models. That's the magic behind AIs that create images, video, even audio, all from a simple sentence. To be a true generalist, you got to be comfortable working with all kinds of media, not just words.
Level 4. This is a huge turning point. This is where you stop just playing and learning and you start building. You use AI to create real things, actual apps, useful tools. And here's the kicker. Your degree, your old resume, it's becoming less and less important. Your new resume is your portfolio. It's the stuff you've actually built. That's your proof of work now.
And finally, we hit level 5. This is the absolute cutting edge, building AI agents. Don't think of this as just a chatbot. An agent is more like an autonomous employee. It can handle a whole workflow, a series of complex tasks all on its own to reach a goal. At this point, you're not just using a tool anymore. You're the manager, orchestrating your own digital team.
So, you've gone through the levels, you've built up these skills. Now what? What doors does this actually open? Well, the most exciting one, by far, is the ability to start your own business in a way that was, frankly, impossible just a few years ago.
I mean, the barrier to starting a company has just been obliterated. It's collapsed. Just think about this for a second. You, as one single person, a solopreneur, can now build a super profitable, scalable business all by yourself. You can use AI to do all the things that used to take a whole team of people.
Okay, so what does that actually look like in practice? Let's stop talking theory and get really concrete with a few business ideas that you, one person, could literally start today.
Here are 3 killer ideas to get your brain working. First, an automation agency. You basically go to small businesses and set up these AI workflows we've been talking about to save them a ton of time and money. Second, what he calls a vibe coding studio. This is awesome. You built simple, custom apps for people just by describing the vibe of what they want to an AI. No code needed. And third, service as a software. This is where you take a powerful AI agent and pair it with one human expert to offer something super complex, like legal research, for way, way cheaper than a traditional firm.
So, look, the fear of being replaced, it's real, and we shouldn't ignore it. But the opportunity to create, to build something new, that's so much bigger. The tools are right here, right now. They're easy to get your hands on. We just laid out the roadmap, so really, there's only one question left. What are you going to build?